Hi guys, Pastor Fred here. So I want to talk to you guys today about adoption and foster care. Now, um, I want to talk about it, I guess, related to the topic of abortion. I know that probably sounds kind of strange, but I hear these conversations that take place, and I see these conversations on Facebook quite a bit, actually, where, say, a practicing Christian, you know, speaks out against abortion because it is murder. And we know that science has determined that it is a murder of an unborn child. Um, so they're speaking out against murder, and then someone on the other side, their automatic, jump to is, um, well, why aren't you adopting or fostering? Why aren't you adopting or fostering? Why aren't you adopting or fostering? They're deterring the conversation. They're changing the conversation, um, because you can focus on one thing without having to do everything. It's like if there was a company that stood up for breast cancer awareness, you wouldn't fault them for not looking into lung cancer research because they're doing something good to help with one specific thing, one specific problem. Um, so, but so I do want to actually look at one of those talking points, though, in the sense that, well, Christians don't care about the whole life because if they did, they would foster or adopt. Well, actually, at a higher percentage, practicing Christians are adopting more and fostering more. And we have statistics to prove it. So Barna Research Group actually wrote an article back in 2013, November 2013, and it was titled Five Things You Need to Know About Adoption. So it defines the word orphan and it walks us through some of those statistics. Now, theirs is split up between general population and practicing Christians. That's kind of how they delineated it because and it's also kind of hard to look at those things because anybody can just check a box, right? That says evangelical Christianity. Um, but that's what we have, so that's what we're going to go off of. Okay, so back in 2013, they give the definition orphan anybody that has lost one parent. So a double orphan is somebody that has lost both parents and that is in need of a home. At that point, there were 18 million worldwide double orphans who needed a home. Second point. While 1/4 of all adults said they had seriously considered adoption, only 2% have actually done so. General population, 2% have actually adopted or fostered. Um, actually adopted. This isn't touching on foster care, this is touching on adoption. Okay, third point. Practicing Christians are more than twice as likely to adopt than the general population. While only 2% of all Americans have adopted, this rises to 5% among practicing Christians. Practicing Christians are much more likely than others to have seriously considered adoption. 38% of practicing Christians have said they, seriously considered adoption, compared to only 26% of all adults or general population. So, so just so for I don't want to say for argument's sake, because that sounds like I'm just trying to pick a fight with somebody because I'm not. I want to correct misinformation and misleading information. Because when a Christian stands for life, they do stand for all life. They foster, they are leading the charge in fostering and adopting. They have centers, pregnancy centers, to help women who are struggling, to give them alternatives as opposed to just killing the baby. They help them find jobs. They help them take care of themselves and take care of their baby. So when you spit vitriol about Well, if you cared for all life, then you would foster or adopt. Well, do a little research and you can find that information. You don't think Christians are adopting and fostering and taking care of the woman up through the birth of the child? You're one click away from discovering that truth for yourself. So yeah. So Barna Research Group, 5 Things You Need to Know About Adoption. Great article to look at. Now, it was written back in 2013, so it is a little dated, about 7 years. But 2018, they kind of updated some of those numbers. So CCAI, or Congressional Coalition on Adoption Institute, they have an article that focuses on the statistics of worldwide double orphans. And that number has dropped to 13 million worldwide. So that was in 2018, which is a good thing. I mean, the numbers have dropped. I mean, that's a 5 million person decrease. But, and I know statistics don't tell us everything. That's not what they're meant to do. They're meant to kind of help us, have conversation. But anyway, for your consideration, Christians are leading the charge. Practicing Christians are leading the charge in fostering and adopting. And we also have more of a reason to. I think we should be the ones leading the charge. Christ has mandated that we stand up for the widows and for the orphans. God loves orphans. And I pray that you would seriously consider it, that you would pray about it, and seek God's will and his guidance in that area. Thanks, guys. I hope you have a great day today.